I know it seems early to get ready for the new year, but now's the time. 2019 is just around the corner. I want to talk about how you can prepare in today's video. How's it going? I'm Amelia. This is Reinventing You, where you can be inspired to follow your own renewal journey. I post twice a week on Tuesdays and Sundays, and of course you can catch these vlogs at any time. Some of you have mentioned that you're kind of behind in watching, but I'm just warning you, you need to catch up. I'll tell you the reason at the end of the video. It's time to get ready for 2019. Believe it or not, it is around the corner, and I know you're thinking, right now this week I'm just thinking about football, turkey, and my Aunt Martha's annoying habits. And it really is time to start thinking about the new year. I know it seems like, oh wait, it's still over a month away, but you know how December is gonna go. It's gonna go really quickly. So now is the time to really start digging in. Don't wait to December 30th or 31st to make some plans, but go ahead and get those now. And that way you'll be able to accomplish more in the new year. But some of the things that I realize that need to happen for me for the new year, for 2019, is that I need to take stock of the previous year. So I need to look back at our budget. I need to look back at what I've accomplished. I need to look back and say, well, what works, what doesn't? And also give myself a pat on the back, some of my accomplishments that I have done this year. That's also important for you. If you're looking back at 2018, so you need to look back and say, well, what did I make mistakes in? What did I mess up? What did I not accomplish this year? But you also need to take some time to celebrate things that did go well. So once you've taken stock of 2018, then you need to look ahead at 2019. And I suggest first thing you do is a brain dump. And a brain dump is simply just putting down, stream of consciousness ideas. Don't try to say, I need to say this, I need to do that. You can say things you think you need to put down there, but you're just thinking about anything that comes to mind. I want to hike the AT, or if it's I want to lose 30 pounds, or if it's I want to buy a new car. Whatever the idea is for the new year, you need to just write it down. This is not a time to think I can do this or I can't do that, or this is not going to work. It's just a time for getting things down on paper, out of your head and into the world. Now, you may be one of those people that says, I don't like writing, I'd rather type. Or maybe you have one of those programs on your computers, most computers do have, or your phone, where you can just, say out loud, these are the things, that whatever comes to mind, just so that it's visible and you have a list of things, or just a hodgepodge of things that you want to try to tackle. So now that you have a brain dump, now that you can look back in 2018, you need to make a list of some changes that you need to make. Now, whether you're saying, I'm going to reinvent myself, or just making some minor changes, these are the kinds of things that you need to do. Like, for instance, one of the things I did is make sure I kept up with my nails, which are actually not looking too good today, but that was one of the small changes. Improving my sleep was another one. I might say, well, I really need to go and get a new look on my makeup, or a new lipstick shade, or all of those things. Those are just little things that I might need to do. And maybe you need to do the same thing, whether it's giving up sugar, maybe it's starting a new book club, whatever it is. What changes do you need to make for this new year? Just make a list of those changes. It could be from your brain dump. It could be from, in 2018, I didn't do this and I really think this needs to change. And that might be something. Or you can just think of something totally out of the blue. This is a change that I need to make, or I've always wanted to make for 2019. Okay, so now you've got what you've accomplished, what you're celebrating, what mistakes you made. You've got everything that's in your head on paper, and then you've also made a conscious list of things that you would like to change. Now, you've got all this information. You are not going to ever do everything on those 3 lists or improvements you're thinking about all in the same year or all at the same time. So you're going to have to narrow some things down. Here's where mind mapping may be beneficial to you. You can put in the center of your mind map 2019, and maybe think of some particular areas in your life that you need to make improvements on. Your work, that would be one area. Your appearance, whether it's cosmetic or something deeper, then you could even split that into two things. You can have cosmetic changes, where another thing where I'm going to give up sugar or I'm going to go on a gluten-free diet. Now, 2019, those 12 months, you could get halfway through the year and say, hey, I've accomplished all this. Then you can add something to it. So you're kind of making a wish list, but you're trying to do it in a realistic way. These are the things I really want to accomplish. And you may make a list and go, ooh, I can't possibly do that. And you may have to take some of those things off. That is okay. Give yourself permission to do those. Once you have some goals, you've looked at your career, you looked at your relationships, you've looked at your health or cosmetic things, you've looked at maybe certain areas of life, maybe spirituality or your mental capacity. Once you've gone through and listed all of those things and these different areas, 4 or 5 different areas, and one thing that you want to do in each one, and then maybe on the side, some of the things that you're already doing and you want to continue in the new year. So you've got new things, you've got things that you want to continue, and now you've got a better list to work from. So I'm trying to keep it from being overwhelming. I'm one of these people, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to have this incredible list I'm not going to be able to accomplish all that. That's why I have to break down things into mental, physical, career, relationship. I had to break those down. And then I have to say, okay, here are some things that I'm doing well. I'm doing my vlog well. I am doing those habits that I took on in 2018. I need to continue those things, but what are some things that I can add to the list? And once you have that, once you've broken those down and simplified as much as possible, then you've got to do action steps. In other words, if you're going to go on a gluten-free diet, well, you got to look up some information. You got to find a gluten-free diet to follow. And then you can't just do it all at once. You got to say, okay, I'm going to take this out of my food I'm eating. I'm going to take this out of the food I'm eating. Or for instance, sugar. Now you could go, cold turkey and cut out all sugar. But let me tell you, you're going to have those cravings. How can you get by on cravings? There might be, a way to do that with fresh fruit or dried fruit or maybe essential oils. There may be some way that you can do that in order to transition, but you've got to take those baby steps. You've got to incorporate those small habits. You have got to make it down. Your goal has got to be broken down into little action steps. That is so important because you want to be able to accomplish it, but you've got to start small in order to reach those goals. Now that you have your list of the goals that you want to do in different areas of your life, you have some action steps. Now what do? Well, you've got to get organized. This could be in any way. One of the things that a friend of mine, my sister-in-law, has tried to get me to do is the bullet journaling. I'm going to have a little bit about that later on next month, but that's one thing that I've kind of use. So I'm taking my calendar and I'm creating a bullet journal because it really helps me get tasks done. What works for you? Does a great, 2019 special calendar from the bookstore help you? Do you need to go get a special app on the computer? Figure out what works for you, and this is the time to go ahead and get that going. Take your list, take your action steps, and put them on your calendar. Schedule them. Make sure that you have time set aside to do all of those things. Otherwise, it's just going to be a dream. It's just going to be a January 1st, this is what I want to accomplish this year, and it never is going to happen. But if you have your goal, maybe put it in a picture frame or something where you know what your goals are, but then on your calendar, you're going to take those little action steps and you're going to actually put them and schedule them, and that is going to help you accomplish those big goals. This way, you're prepared for when January 1st, 2019 rolls around, you are going to be ready. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you for 2019 and getting organized and getting prepared for the new year. As I mentioned before, some of you have said you've gotten behind on some of my videos. Now is the time to catch up, and the reason is beginning on December 1st, I'm going to be vlogging every single day. If it is a Sunday or a Tuesday, it will be a normal length video. The rest of the time, there will be shorter videos, 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm going to be trying that for 25 days. It's called Vlogmas, and it's something that happens here on YouTube. So I'm going to try it out this year. So I hope you will join us, get caught up, and enjoy the season as we prepare together. I'm Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You. I'll see you on the next one.